Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brownie Current Writer, and this is it. This is the finale. Welcome back to the Pokémon White Randomised Nuzlocke. As you can see, Violet is now up to the same level as everyone else. Everyone is level 70 something, as appropriate. Violet's got charcoal, and I replaced. No, I didn't. She learned it by herself. I have 3 grass TMs, and Gloria can't learn any of them, but she made up for it by learning Power Whip. At level 63 is her last move. I got rid of Copycat. I don't really need it anymore. The only thing that it was good for was Ghost and Dragon, but now I have both of those things elsewhere on my team. Radon's the same as ever. Oh yes, I successfully got the heart scales I needed with Flip, so I could reteach Shadow Ball and Fiery Dance to Violet. Yeah, Shadow Ball and Fiery Dance. I also gave her Draco Meteor by TM, and you remember she had Sacred Fire and Blue Flare? Well, I got rid of Blue Flare because I thought, well, Sacred Fire is more accurate and it has a higher chance to burn. Turns out Sacred Fire is physical. I had no idea, so I just gave her the Shadow Sneak TM. You know, something good came out of going to Abundant Shrine. I got that TM. Thankfully, she could still learn it when she'd evolved. Doesn't think anyone else has changed. Nope. They're all raring to go. Right. Oh yes, and well, here's the thing. The heart scale thing didn't turn out like I'd hoped it would. The idea was I'd get Flip to learn Switcheroo, because it turns out I didn't have the TM and I didn't know where to get it. So I got her up to the right level to learn it, but I couldn't find any wild Machops who knew, like, not who knew, but who were holding a heart scale. So I went to the heart scale lady in Driftvale City and she was like, oh, do you have a Pokemon with fly? Oh, your Gyarados can fly, okay. And then, as my last encounter that I bothered catching, on Route 16, funnily enough, where I neglected to catch one earlier, got him a chop, called him HS please, as in a heart scale please, and he was holding a heart scale, so I had 2, just as many as I needed. I have had 3 encounters since then. Route 11, Victory Bell, Village Bridge, Curlier, and Route 12, Carablast. I ran from them all. Would have liked to get that Curlier sooner. Would have liked to get this Marowak sooner. Or this Bayleaf. Or this Shaman. If Gloria had died, then I would have used Grace, the Shaman. I'm really curious to know what ability she would have had as Shaman Sky. Whoa. The door is already open. Hang on. Just need to check if I have enough healing items. Super Potion 7. Hyper Potion 21. Better go buy some more then. So this episode we're getting through the Elite Four and to Alder. And we're beating him. Not going to mess around, not going to bother talking in between battles, we're just going to go right to each one. So, here we go. Let's go to Chantal first. No, actually, no. Let's go to Marshall first and get him out of the way. Okay. Who am I leading with? Caprison. That's fine. Now I wonder what Pokemon they've got this time, because they'll have entirely different teams. Ugh. Oh boy, we're in for a treat, we are. I can see it already. In before all his other ones are legendaries. Thunder, land please. That's not a good sign. Oh, well that's a good sign. Thank you. Wow. I got them all to nearly level 74 for the most part. Oh, a legendary? What did I... Okay. So that by the time we got to Elder they'd be level 75, and if they don't, then I've got a couple of rare candies which I got from Cable. They are his last present. I still miss him. It's been nearly 2 weeks since I last recorded as well. Would have done it sooner, but I was busy trying to see if I could get a randomised Pokemon X game to work for the future. Oh, good job one-shotting it. And that flew right out the window when I found out just how complicated it was. Well, so I wanted to do randomised X or Y. You know, I would have settled for Y, pretty much the same anyway. Because I wanted to try a newer gen game, and I heard that the randomization process was much more difficult, and I thought, oh, how hard can it be? I wanted to do it using Citra, the 3DS emulator. Whoa! Rather than faffing around with homebrew software on the 3DS, because... Ah! Please don't use revenge or something. Okay. And, like, it was so complicated. For a start, I could get the ROM in either .cia or .3ds format. Which, I don't even know. I don't know the difference. I honestly can't tell the difference between those two. But I managed to get my ROM. I got both file extensions just in case. And I got PK3DS, which is the tool that you use for randomizing Gen 6 games. But here's the thing, you've got to make it work, you've got to get a whole load of files extracted from the ROM. You've got to unpack the ROM. It's not like the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, where you can just load your ROM, click some randomizer options, and then save a new ROM. No, you've got to run it through a program on your 3DS, extracting all the files. Thankfully I managed to find a PC alternative. But I opened PK3DS without realising I had to do that, first of all. Let's try out Violet. No. No. Hitmonchan's got good special defense, I think. Yeah, it has. But I opened PK3DS without extracting the necessary files from the ROM. PK3DS did not like that, and it crashed. And then I tried to open it again, and it wouldn't open. What? Ah, you scumbag. Oh, he missed anyway. Dear. And then I tried to reboot my computer and see if it would work then. No, it still didn't open. So I had to uninstall it, or I'll just delete it and find a different version. Are you joking, mate? Well, that's actually good for me now. Whatever. So I got a different version, a slightly newer version, because it's difficult to find the latest version. Which you've got to compile in Visual Basic anyway, which I don't have. And like, who's got time for that, am I right? So I managed to find a more recent, fully compiled version. And yeah, then that version worked after I put the files where they're supposed to be. But that was still hard because, like I said, all the tutorials said to use homebrew software on your 3DS when it's much simpler to do it on the PC. And then, like, even after you've extracted the files, you've got to rename a specific folder. Like, you've got to change it from exefs to exe. And you've got to go in there and change the file code.bin to .code.bin. Such arbitrary, tiny changes, it's absurd. And then I managed to start randomizing it, but the personal stats tab, that is, stats, types and abilities, etc. for each Pokemon, wouldn't work. Like, it crashed. Every time I tried to customize that, it said there was an unhandled exception. Never heard that one before. Seriously, what even is an unhandled exception? That's like... whatever. Oh my goodness. He actually had good Pokemon, and I one-shot most of them. Wow. Anyway, I'll continue this when I get to, let's do Grimsley next. No, let's save Grimsley till last. Best till last. So, Sean till next, because she's just boring. Right, here we are. So, like I was saying. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Like, I didn't know what to do to fix this unhandled exception, because the tutorial said nothing about it, so... Again, I managed to find a more recent version. Hello. Oh, for goodness sake, a little goose. Managed to find a more recent version again. But the personal stats thing still didn't work on this new version. Like, I didn't get it. Why was that happening? But it was a different unhandled exception as well. It had a slightly different error message. It said there was a value of whatever was invalid for this index or something. And I'm like, well, what do I do to fix this? Whoops. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Couldn't fix it, had no idea what to do. And then I googled it, but nobody else in the entire world has had that same problem with this software somehow. Or if they have, then they haven't even asked about it. Like, one person asked, but it was for a slightly different unhandled exception, so it wasn't relevant at all. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. And then, guess what? And then guess what happened? The whole thing crashed and wouldn't open again. So I just gave up. And that's the story of why I need cable right now. He could always deal with those max evasion Whimsicots. Okay, I'm just speeding up. One thing that goodness me, that music is awful sped up. One thing that I just kept running into. Stop it. One thing I just kept running into when I was trying to download... Every time I tried to download a ROM or download the compiled software, it just came up saying, "Oh!" No, that's what I came up saying, because every page was one of those pages that every time you clicked somewhere, it opened an ad. Never mind if you didn't click on anything, it still opened an ad. But see, I have this thing where after I open a page, I just click somewhere on it. I don't know, to get my bearings or something, I guess. So, every time I opened a page, I'd just click in a blank space automatically and that would open an ad. And then one of them opened 4 ads when I did that. 4! It was like, here's a window, here's a window, here's a window, and here's a window. Buy our stuff, which is totally not laden with viruses. And in one of the times I tried to download a ROM, like the big download button was trying to give me an exe file instead of a 3DS file with the same name to make it even more confusing. Like, how are these people allowed to do this? It's obscene that they're allowed to get away with that. I haven't been paying much attention to the Pokémon battle at all, and I'm nearly 20 minutes in. Oh, would you look at that? Ah! Oh, that stings. But hey, at least I managed to listen to the entire soundtrack of Pokémon X because I could get into the files. And even though they were like ADTS format, Media Player could still play them somehow. When it can't play half of my MP3's Media Player. Fix your stuff, Microsoft. Anyway. No, do not send in Radon. Okay, Flip is actually my best bet. No, it's Cranidos, not Rampardos. That's fine. Wow, I'm kind of lightheaded from all that ranting. Seriously though, those adverts drove me insane. Wow, that did nothing. Good grief. So, like, what will I do next? Like, at first I just wanted to do White 2, and then I guess I'd be done with this channel. Because I was never planning to make a career out of this. So, I thought I'd just try out doing a Let's Play just because it seemed interesting. And maybe I'll do a sequel if I liked it, and I do like it. Oh, are you serious? Now it's Goose getting all the type disadvantage leads. And he's only got 2 weaknesses. But then, after episode 23 aired, after episode 23 went up, user account 333, who's like one of my only 2 consistent viewers or something, but whatever, forget I said anything about him, but whatever, just, the point is he was like, oh wow, you erased your save file. Well, I'd totally be with you if you just gave up on this and decided to play like Heart Gold or something. Oh, he died to his own sandstorm. Wow. And oh my goodness, not again. And I thought, oh, Heart Gold. So I think I might actually want to do Heart Gold first. In like a month or 2, I'll do another Let's Play and it'll be Heart Gold instead of White 2. Oh, no way. Oh, please don't do a lot. Tank it. Atta boy. And he dies to his ally's Sandstorm. Wow. These guys are not very good at this. Oh, Neri. And like, what do you guys think? Should I just do the sequel to this first, or should I take a break from Gen 5 and its frequently awful graphics and go to Gen 4 and its always sluggish battle system? I don't know, maybe there's an action replay code that can fix that or something. You can't use an action replay code to fix the graphics, but maybe there's one that speeds up the battles a bit. Like I've been told before I picked up Soul Silver, somewhere on the internet, that Gen 4 battle system is incredibly sluggish. Oh, a mon like my mon. And yeah, like, the first time I used a move with my Pokemon, I was like, oh, that's... Well, I'm reacting to Lampent dying in one hit, but I was like, oh, that is slow. Because my Marill, Hermon like my mon. My starter was a Vileplume, and he had Razor Leaf. The first time I used Razor Leaf, the animation goes on for like a second and a half too long. It, instead of just... Here's the animation. It twirls the leaves down and then shoots them at the opponent, right? But it doesn't go whoosh, like you think it would. It goes whoosh. Like, why that pause? It's just like an awkward pause of these leaves just twirling silently. It's rubbish. Though having said that, I didn't notice the surfing to be too bad. I heard that was much worse in Diamond and Pearl, the slow surfing, but it was fixed for Platinum and HGSS. I drained most of my PP trying to deal with... No, that's not funny. Whatever. Trying to deal with that stupid Terrakion anyway. Why did I think Quake Attack was going to do something? I should just switch out. Is the Sandstorm still going? Oh yeah, I've got a Ghost type. Let's do that then. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you're here, wondering, oh, what happened to Radon? Cable. What happened to Cable? Why isn't he here? Dude, slash dudette, just watch the previous episode. Why not just watch all the episodes? And when I'm interested to see where a series is going, I don't just skip to the finale. I've only done like that once or twice. There's a point. It's always saddening to me seeing anyone's YouTube series just declining slowly in views as it goes on, and then the finale has loads more views. Here we are, save the best till last. It's your boy Grimsley. No, I don't care if that's what Guzma says. This is Grimsley. Grimsley is just cool. He's just plain cool. Look how stylish she is. I've actually run out of things to talk about on the 4th Elite Four member out of... 4th out of 4, there are 4 of them, idiot. First 3 I have loads of stuff to talk about. Nope, not anymore. Like, yeah, I can deal with this. Goose needs more experience. I don't know how he's not at 74 yet. Is he just in a slow level up group or something? Okay, let's just speed this part up. This clearly isn't going anywhere. Come on. Yes, I think he might die in this turn now. Because of the burn damage. Yes! I managed to get around the full restore. Excellent. He still didn't level up. Okay, well, we'll keep him in. And then switch out because there is no electric type pursuit. Even if this thing decides to use rollout, then I'm not scared. You idiot! Like in a regular game, like if you're at the battle thingy house or something, and you have a Shedinja, then your opponent will switch out if they have anything that's blocked by Wander Guard. But here they're just using electric moves on him regardless. Whoa, hello. That's scary. Here they're just like, oh, Gyarados. That's 4 times weak to electric, right? Guess they're not used to being randomized. But they're all randomized too, so whatever, they don't really have an excuse. Oh, wow. I had a Steelix in Soul Silver as well. She was the second Pokemon I got. She as an Onix. Oh, Onix is terrible. It has massive defense and abominable everything else. Like 145 defense and 30 in everything else or something. It's absurd. But anyway, when I got her, I was like, oh, I can have a Steelix! Oh, and I was fretting about how I could get a Metal Coat for some time. And trying to find what Pokemon could be holding a Metal Coat and where, like, oh. And where I could find them and what Pokemon got the item stealing moves and where I could find them. But all I had to do was progress into the game for 5 minutes and there was a Metal Coat right there on the ground. It was 5 minutes on from where I caught her, like 10 at the maximum. Amazing. I do that. Well, you're only a Cubone, so... Well, I'll try Scald first. So it's more likely to have an effect. And it does more damage. Ah, what? And now I've got to use... Are you serious? Now I will use Tri-Attack. It's going to full restore, and never mind. It always puzzles me when they don't heal up, when their Pokemon has like 2 health left. Oh, okay. Wow. Looks like the game wants Goose to level up as well. Oh no. That's not a good sign. I think Goose can take this. He's bulky. He is very bulky. Well, he's not very, very bulky, but he's still pretty darn bulky. Duh. Again, almost. Razor Shell would have done it, but I don't want to use my last 3 Razor Shells before the champion battle, because I'll probably need them then. He didn't heal up. Well, I'm not arguing. Here we are, Skip. I mean, I do have to switch out for Skiploom though. Ow. Forgot about those. I could have switched into Radon and used Fly. Okay, well, it doesn't matter too much. I'm kind of excited to try out Draco Meteor. Next time I see a Dragon type, but as long as it's not too physically strong, of course, because of Violet's hasty nature, and not very good base defense anyway. Next time I see a Dragon type, I'm sending her in. There certainly is. Oh boy, yes. Let's dish out these rare candies then. How many do I have? 4! Wow! Well, I'll use one on Flip. And Goose. And Violet. And Capri-Sun. Wow. Oh wow, no, look at all the damage on my team after that battle. Leftovers for the win. And here we are. Hang on. I never realised this before. This kind of reminds me of what like Bowser's Castle would look like, because it looks like it has a green shell on top. This is, well, this would be very... Maybe this is Bowser's ancestor's castle since it's so ornate and... Wow, they cleaned up in here pretty fast. Here goes. Magmortar. Wow. Pretty tough, but I've got Goose. Looks like it's time to use those last 3 Razor Shells then. Coil. Well, it is a special attack primarily, so that's not too worrying. Then again, an accuracy boost. It could land Inferno or something. Flamethrower, yeah. Absolutely fine, unless it burns. Okay. Oh! And another defense drop. Okay, he's obviously going to heal up here, but Quick Attack will still do something. Wow, it actually didn't really do something at all. Okay, only got 1 Razor Shell left. Let's switch to Scald, since he's setting up coils anyway. Isn't Magmortar one of the most hideous things known to man? What? Oh! Okay, so it does have a physical move. Still didn't do much though. And yes! Well done, Goose. Well done. Earning your keep right there. What was I saying? Magmortar and Electabuzz. Oh yeah, normally I really don't like having the Pokemon I don't like the look of. But, you know, I had a Magmortar once, because it's actually pretty good. That was in Soul Silver as well. I got her as a Magmar. As my Lugia. Yeah, my Lugia was a Magmar, and... Really? All these special attack boosts from stupid electric types and I don't have any special moves. Oof. Oh, don't you even. Soul Silver was the only Nuzlocke where... Oh wow. First turn Snap Out, where someone died during the Elite Four. In all the other games, I've managed to prevent that from happening. Or just avoid it. Oh dear. Simisear, are you serious? What's this hellish landscape we're in, by the way? This doesn't look like the room at all. All the Elite Four have colour-coordinated battle backgrounds. Anyway, a Simisear with Workup. This is like a real Simisear or something. Oh, I forgot what I was saying again! Stupid game distracting me from my aimless ramblings. A crit! Something tells me that wasn't necessary. Whatever. Whatever I was saying, it probably wasn't that important, let's be honest here. Oh. That did a surprising amount for a Meowth. Meowth. It has an E in there. It would be very surprising if a mouth mega kicked me and did a lot of damage. Oh, I just remembered. I did say something before about not having numbered wuss-outs in the next game that I play, in the next Nuzlocke, because that makes the game too easy. Nice crit, thank you, Gloria. But really though, it depends on the first few Pokemon I get. Like my first 3 Pokemon in this were a Magikarp, which had to evolve into a Lightning Rod Gyarados really early on, for reasons. N superior. And then the very next thing I got was a Rapidash, which I was very lucky to actually get because it was on full health, and I didn't really read what he was saying. And I got him in my last Pokeball. And then the next one I got was a free Vileplume, which is pretty bulky. My Vileplume is surprisingly bulky. And then I got a Blissey, which has monstrous special bulk. And then I got a Flareon, which has pretty amazing attack, even if it's not very good otherwise. I didn't use either of them, but then I got an Azumarill as well. So like I got good Pokemon early on, and then most of the rest of what I got wasn't good. So I had no incentive to replace anyone really. Except for Gloria with Shaman, but you know, Poison is some coverage at least. I don't know. Yeah! The Hall of Fame. Now that deserves an exclamation mark. Radon! Gloria! Violet. Well, that's actually a really fitting background for her. Capri-Sun! Capri-Sun! Yeah! 4152. So that would be more like 4852 if I hadn't wiped my save file. Marvellous. Wonderful. Oh, that moment when you enter the Hall of Fame. Now, you might think it's over. The credits are rolling after all. But it's not over yet. There's still one more person who we need to fight. Can you guess who it is? It's Charon. Nope, just kidding. Charon can go stick a cacturn where the sun doesn't shine. Who I'm actually going to battle now is... Cynthia! Yeah, you probably could have guessed that one. I am prepared. Okay, Cynthia. Let's do this. Right, I'll admit that I did look up Cynthia's Pokemon yesterday. So just in case she had something super powerful that I didn't want to risk fighting. You know, just in case. So I'd have the triumphant entry into the Hall of Fame and then somebody died anyway. That's not gonna happen. This is the strongest thing she has, and I can beat it easily. I've got a Grass type and an Electric type. Ah, dear. I didn't know it had Hydro Cannon though. It's only her ace which is slightly awkward, and it's not that strong. Particularly in its offensive stats. You'll know it when you see it. Wait, hang on. Oh, I didn't see... Did it? Nuts. I'm gonna have to heal up. I didn't see whether it used Hydro Cannon this turn or last turn. I kind of blacked out for a second there. Okay, that's fine. And heal up, yep. Never saw that coming. Should have Thunder Waved it while I had the chance. Seriously though, is Cynthia Bay or what? Like, when I played Platinum, it was so mediocre. IMO. Like, people say, well, Gen 4 was the best, but only because it was the one they grew up with. As someone who only started playing Pokémon in 2015, I'm mostly immune to this sort of nostalgia, so I can look at them more objectively. Like, oh, here it is, bringing out the big guns already. Like, what was I saying? Yeah, like, people rave about Emerald. I played Emerald, I hated it. It was so many technical issues. It was a nightmare. Head smash? Wow. I'm actually amazed that didn't kill. I was about to be so upset. Why does that have head smash? Why does this Jumpluff have head smash? Well, it's dead now. Good thing it only has an attack of like 55. That's the only reason I risked facing it, honestly. Dear. And but then people also rave about Platinum. I played that. It was kind of mediocre. And people rave about Heart Gold, Soul Silver, played Soul Silver. It was amazing, you know? But here's what I didn't really like about Platinum. For one thing, like, everything with Giratina was amazing. It just is. You know? Everyone says that, they're right. But then the rest of it was just kind of meh. The player character designs, meh. The rival, he was actually kind of endearingly stupid. I kind of liked him. But and then the gym leaders and Elite Four were so incredibly meh. Like, they're all so forgettable, so unbelievably forgettable. Yeah, the only one I can remember off the top of my head right now is Crasher Wake, because he has a weird name. But seriously, who were the others? Gardenia, Rock, and his dad, Byron, that was it. I'm actually drawing a blank here. I'm not playing this up. I actually can't remember who the others were. Okay, now let's try to do Gen 3. We got Roxanne, we got Brawley, we got Watson, that's his name, and we got... Oh, what's the fourth gym? Oh yeah, it's Flannery, right? And we got Winona, and we got Tate and Liza, and we got Wallace/Juan, depending on which one. I might have missed one out, but you get my point here. And the only Elite Four member I remember is blooming, what's his name? Flint, that's it. Because he looks like Ronald McDonald, that's the only reason I remembered him. Like, why does he have a bright red afro? Anyway. But in among that sea of mediocrity in the character designs, and the Pokemon designs too, frankly, if Gen 5 is the generation with the most bad Pokemon designs, then Gen 4 is the design with the most forgettable Pokemon designs. But in among that sea of mediocrity, Cynthia. Cynthia is just like a shining blonde beacon? I don't get it. Is she where all their design budget went because they put it to good use? Okay, I'm also slightly scared of Absol, but I've got Flip, so I'm not... I wasn't going to use a dark type move anyway. Oh, that's game. Yeah. Make me happy to see you again sometime too. Not playing Platinum again though, it's not very good. That's just my opinion though. What do you think about Platinum? Is Giratina the only good thing about it? And Cynthia, because Cynthia is bae. But are Cynthia and Giratina the only good things about Platinum? Because I sure think so. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments below? And with that, our adventure is at an end. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way through, and if you enjoyed, please do be sure to leave a like. If you didn't watch previous episodes, like Gym Leader Battles and Cable being the only death, then do that. They're important. I'd also recommend episode 11 because I'm not going to pretend it's like the best thing ever, but I had a whale of a time playing Dress Up with Radon. Oh. Memories. Anyway. I'll be seeing you next time in a different Nuzlocke. We'll see which one. Or maybe I'll do something else besides a Nuzlocke. What else is there apart from this Nuzlocke on my channel that you can go check out? A speed paint. A speed paint, as in one. I do plan to do more. But at the moment, it's just speed paint in the singular. I can't tell you to go check out my speed paints, but there will soon be more. And well, I'll see you all around sometime. Good night, everybody. It was a fun ride. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way through, like user account 333 and the Cyndaquil guy. I can't remember his name right now, it's kind of weird, it has like a number in it. Why am I calling out my viewers right now? I'm just being weird, I'm sorry.